is happening? Everybody else have an issue?
No, I see you.
I see you too.
I can't see anybody.
Huh. Weird.
That's weird.
Where's Garrett?
Where's everybody?
I can't see
Where are you?
anyone.
Because here we are.
I guess. I can't see shit.
The greatest in the world. But they're never going to be, you know why? Do you know why? Because the cream always rises to the top.
I can't see anything, guys.
Really?
I have a complete black screen. I'm gonna look to see what it looks like on Facebook. We're all there.
That's a terrible waste, Joe. That's just terrible.
So Garrett's Macho Man.
Yes. Drew wins. Drew wins the CM Punk.
So I can see everybody on Facebook. I just can't see it on my screen.
That's weird.
So
I'm usually the one with the gremlins. It's very odd. It's very odd. I don't understand.
So this is fucking awkward as shit, guys. Like I literally can't see anything. All right, well, continue on with the show, I guess.
Keep going, Joe. Roll on. Keep going, brother.
Fuck
yeah, take this tape off my hands. They're starting to turn purple.
Yeah,
commit to the bit.
Commit to the bit. No one was as great. No one.
All right, so
as great as Drew.
How's everybody doing? Happy 100th episode that apparently doesn't want to work on my end.
The end of the dude that's running the show.
Right.
You know what would help? You need to know the Slim Jim.
Anyways, guys, ladies, gentlemen.
Bars.
Huh?
So I forgot my ice cream bars. Macho Man brought us Slim Jims.
Garrett, can you do a snap into the Slim Jim?
I got a Slim Jim over here. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you can see it. That's right. That's right. What are you doing over here? You're just right in the Slim Jim, yeah.
I think I just took off all the hair on my wrists.
Yes, sir. That's why I didn't do it as far down my arm as I thought I was gonna, because
I
have hair.
Oh, look at Drew. Oh yeah, Drew. Yeah.
Drew, you're better man than I.
I like it.
My arms tonight from my halfway my arm up.
Drew knows how. Joe.
Yep.
Todd. Yep. Drew knows how to commit to the bit. Yeah.
All right. I got an idea. Let's see if this fucks it up.
It will.
Are you going to end it? Are we ending it? I don't think we should do that. Oh, no. Joe went away.
Joe gone.
Hey, it's working now.
Hey.
There he is.
There.
Well, it did work.
Yeah.
You want to work?
Oh, he wants to try. Now he wants to.
Do you know where that worked, Joe? Joe. Oh, no. We're doing it again.
Jesus Christ. This
Yes?
is
CM
fucking
Stones.
insane.
Can you see Joe?
He could.
Yeah, I can see
now he
fucking
can't.
fine.
Can you see up?
We're good. We're fine.
No. Joe, do you want to know why it's working? Do you want to know?
Why?
Because the cream, baby. The cream always rises to the top.
Holy Garrett. I think this is the worst decision I think I made about all this dressing up. It totally kind of bit me in the ass.
Nope.
Did you think I was stupid? Did you think I didn't know there was something going on? You can't pull one over me. You cannot pull one over on me.
I can mute you though. Ooh, tough guy. Oh, can't pull it over on you. Oh, got you there, motherfucker. All right, guys, welcome to Wrestle Fandom Radio. I am CM Stones, the best of the world.
He's trying really hard to unmute himself.
I think I'm unmuted. I don't know how that works. Is that all right? I don't know.
You should just be Macho Man for the rest of your life.
I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if my voice can take that.
That would be your Joe.
What? I can't hear Joe. It's weird.
Now.
It's weird. It's almost like someone else has the controls here and doesn't know how to do that.
He's still talking.
There we go, guys.
Is he? It's really weird. All right.
It's not as funny if you immediately mute me after I mute you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Man, Randy Plunkett.
I don't know how to work anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
So, guys, we had a lot of wrestling that happened in the last couple of days, huh?
That we did.
Men on men, women on women. Maybe men on women and behind the scenes that we don't get to see, which makes me sad. But
I would hope
regardless,
so.
But before we get into anything, I think there's somebody that needs a little shout out. Little friend of ours before we forget, because chances are we would forget. But
have you ever found yourself in the need for some screen printing? What about some vinyl work? Well, we have the spot for you. Seasonal Sports, 215 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro, has all your needs. Go see Fred at Seasonal Sports.
see our boy Frederick.
That's right.
Go see him.
I've seen his work. It's
I've
phenomenal.
also seen his work.
Very good. Yes, very good.
So,
Wrestling.
Mr. Macho Man Randy Plunkett,
What's up? What can I do for you?
you want to talk to us about what happened this past week on a little Smack Dizzle?
SmackDown? I'm not even really sure what happened. I did pay attention to some Survivor Series War Games. I watched that. That was excellent.
I also did.
I forgot. I'm gonna be honest. I forgot about the lead up.
All right, let me pull up the SmackDown results, and we'll go through it like that then.
I appreciate it because I'm not wearing my regular glasses. So I can't see anything except Drew's amazing hand rolling thing. They're committed to the bit. Yeah.
All right. On the Go Home show,
Yeah.
2 Survivor Series War Games, we had Cody Rhodes versus Carmelo Hayes, Jey Uso versus Jacob Fatu, Piper Niven versus Lash Legend versus Michin, and Roman Reigns sits down with the best in the world himself, Phillip Brooks.
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm.
So we first had on Andrade take on Andrade take on Shinsuke. Yeah, right. And it was actually a great match for something that I could care less about. Andrade had a pretty dope moonsault off the top rope. Then we had Carmelo Hayes versus Cody Rhodes. Okay, what are they doing with Carmelo Hayes? Like,
What are they
what's
doing
going
with
on?
What are they doing with most of the wrestlers on SmackDown that aren't in the Bloodline? I mean, really?
They were kind of hyping up the KO Cody stuff that was still going on. Carmelo gave a little promo on his way to his ring, and he agreed with Mr. Owens, which kind of pissed off the American Nightmare. It was an okay match. The KO part of it before was pretty good, and let me tell you what. Carmelo Hayes sells the Cody Cutter like The Rock used to sell a stunner. Then we had Michin, Lash Legend versus Piper Niven, and I am going to say nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, that pretty much sums that matchup.
Yeah. And then we had main event Jey Uso versus the Samoan werewolf himself, Mr. I probably shouldn't leave the country, let alone my cage, Jacob Fatu. And Nick Aldis had told both groups that everyone was banned from ringside to make sure things were as fair as possible. Jacob Fatu, as always, looked as unintimidated as ever. And he easily picked up main event Jey Uso, knocking him down with a giant shoulder block.
Yes.
It was actually a really good match. Jacob pulled out a dub, which kind of that told me how the ending of War Games was kind of going to go. At the end, we had where was the so we SmackDown will go home show before Survivor Series on Saturday, but didn't feel like the episode was dominated by the build-up for the PLE. What's going to be interesting, and what we saw was the Reigns and Punk dynamic, which I think played a huge undertone for War Games. And with that being said, I will pull up the War Games card, and I'll let Garrett take it from there unless anybody else has any commentary prior to us talking about War Games.
Anybody got anything? Anybody got anything? Jonathan, would you like to see?
I didn't watch most of War Games, just like the end.
Really?
I actually
You should
personally
the
super stoked about it
the ladies-
because
I saw the ladies match
yeah.
so-
like after, like the next day.
Yeah.
I talked about this on Todd and Joe briefly, but Thanksgiving night I got hit with the stomach bug.
Oh no, it's not good.
And so I left work early Thursday night / Friday morning, and then had to go back into work at 3, work 16 hours. So I got home at 7. I didn't wake up till about 5 p.m. And I'm like, and I saw somebody post about War Games. I'm like, oh, maybe they started the previous show. And at that point, it was 5:50. And I message all you guys, and I'm like, did anybody else know that this shit started at 6?
I did not know. No, I didn't know.
Which was awesome to me because it was done before I had to go back into work. So I got to watch the whole entire PLE.
I like it.
And
Said to you, I didn't know until like Raw. Like, so it wasn't like, oh yeah, I knew 3 weeks ago. It was like, yeah, I found out on Monday. Like,
did I do Wrestle Fandom last week?
Yeah, you were here.
Because I feel like it's something I would have remembered hearing, but
I don't remember seeing it yet either. And it was I don't remember.
we talked about it on the show. I just
so
remember.
we had the first match of the night, which I was kind of dope that they did, is we had the women's War Game match.
It was easy
Rhea,
to work.
Bianca, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bailey. They were up against the 2 females from the Judgment Day, our girl Liv, Raquel Rodriguez, and then Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae.
I don't know what they're trying to do with fucking Raquel, but it's just not working.
I think they just wanted to get her back on the roster. They didn't know where to put her.
Well, and
Like,
I
that
feel like
whole
that's what it
bodyguard
is.
thing just is,
Yeah.
it's just not working. Like, it's just weird.
However, it does not mean that it was not the best women's War Game match I have ever seen. It was 100%.
I mean, considering there's only been like one other on the main roster, it's not hard to surpass the last. But
but now I
it was a
feel-
great match, and they did ball out, and it hit all the beats, and so the Nia Jax and Bailey started the match, and then you had Naomi enter, then LeRae, Bianca, Tiffy Time, Io, Rodriguez, Ripley, and finally Liv Morgan. Now, about the entrances, the two that really stuck out to me and that were dope as shit was first Io. Like, what in the Kobe Bryant Lakers colored garbage can that was, but it was awesome. And it paid off at the end. Like, when she originally come out with that trash can wearing it like a backpack, I am like, what are they going to do? Somebody is going to get decapitated. And she climbs, leaves it up there, and that slide she did, that flip to slide down to land on her feet in the ring, was dope. Like, Io's athleticism really was fucking showcased here. And it was awesome. And it paid off in the end. Like, I couldn't imagine putting a metal garbage can on me, standing, what's that, at least 18, 15 feet in the air. And then doing assault wearing it. I'd be so afraid I would either bust my own shit open, kill somebody, but they execute it flawlessly.
He's perfect, yeah.
And then Liv's entrance with the absolute fear on her face when it opens, and then it looked like she was leaving. I was like, wow, that's how they're gonna go, real heel, running away shit. And then she comes out with the baseball bat that smashed Rhea's face. And holy nightmare, her mask.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one, yeah.
It was like, the match was great. I really loved it. And for Rhea to win, hitting Liv with a Riptide, just solidifying that. Go ahead, Todd.
What I don't like that they're already doing is doing the same shit they did with the Cell and with the Ring, where, oh, they broke it once. Oh, two big dudes broke the ring again. You know, she just jumped off the top of that in a garbage can last year.
Right.
And then it's just like, if you're gonna
It's Kofi Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. If you're gonna do it though like that, at least spread it out, because to me it's like you are just trying to like granted it looked great, and the whole like her and Tiffy going off at the same time and everything, but it was like a recycled trick, whatever you want to call it. You know, like it was just like, oh, you did that last year and everybody loved it. Do it again this year. And it's like, you could do something a little different, but it is, again, it's like, oh, you know, Mankind off the top of the Cell, and then everybody else after that had to go off the top of the fucking Cell. You know, like it just sucks when they do something, because it's like when it was first done was when it was like generally the best, because we were like, oh my god, she just jumped off of there in a fucking garbage can,
right?
Because you didn't see it coming. And then this time you're like, oh, she's got a garbage can. And then, you know, it clicks before it happens. Like, oh, okay. She's going to put it back on and jump off of it.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from her, because like, I don't know if there's enough money in the world to pay me to do that. If they were like, hey,
it sounds like you're taking a lot away from her, Todd.
What?
You're taking it all away from her.
I'm taking nothing away from her.
What a man.
I take nothing away from her. But them having her do the same shit, or suggesting not to do the same shit. If she's like, hey, want to do this again? Like, Triple H should have been like, hey, how about we save that for, you know, a year or two down the road, so it's not right there in everybody's head.
I feel like they're trying to make it her signature, and kind of when it comes to like Shane with the coast to coast shit, it's a cool thing to have as a signature. but it's something that you should like save for like every other PLE. You know what I mean? Not do it every single time. Then we had L.A. Knight defending SmackDown's United States Championship. Todd, why don't you take this one, because I know how much you love Shinsuke.
Shitstain? Shitstain Nakamura? Yeah. I don't know, man. He's just kind of an overhyped. And now he looks like, I don't know what.
I'll tell you what, I'm thinking the black cat suit way better than the bright red one.
Oh yeah.
I just like the whole shit around his eyes. Like, are you trying to look like a sunken skull? I don't understand. Like, Darby Allin, I don't get like what's going on here with him. Like, it's confusing to me. And again, things like, I know the dude must have been out on injury surgery, something along those lines.
Right.
But to come back and just be like, here's the title, like.
Now, my question is, does this mean that they're going to go for Gunther versus him, or Gunther versus LA Knight? Because the only reason I can see taking the belt off of LA Knight is to elevate him. Like,
They gotta punish him for nothing.
He better win that Rumble.
Right. Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking, is that he will win the Rumble. Like, the match was good enough. Like, it was an okay match, but it's not. I don't know. It wasn't anything that we haven't seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then we had Braun versus Sheamus and Ludwig, and a nice little triple threat. Ludwig is like low key, kind of like jumping up in my good graces a little bit. Like, the dude can throw down. The dude can do a hell of a show.
Yeah.
And even though as much as I wanted Sheamus to win, I think they kind of played this out perfectly, because now you give the Sheamus Braun Breaker thing can kind of stick around for a little bit, because I think Sheamus will eventually get that IC belt. I think they just want Braun Breaker to have a little bit more of a run, which I'm completely okay with.
Well, then they need to do something with him, step it up, because he's been waiting in the shadows doing nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You say meat in the shadows?
Garrett,
No,
Garrett, I think you should get a cough drop, maybe, because I think you're something going on with your throat a little bit.
I'm all right. I'm doing all right.
And then we had Gunther versus Damian Priest, which we all know how I feel about Damian Priest. We all know how I feel about Gunther. And honestly, like, this match came on and I'm like, I wish I had something else to do right now. Like, I wasn't hungry yet. I wasn't really eating, so I wasn't going to make a snack. So I was like, ugh. And honestly, I was kind of pleasantly surprised with this match, because the wrestling was great. They both are really, really good fucking wrestlers. And it kind of looked like Damian Priest was gonna win, but Finn appeared and hit Damian with the coup de grace right off the steel steps. And Gunther performed a nice little big boot on Finn before positioning Priest back in the ring, and he locked in Priest in a modified sleeper with Damian Priest passing out. Gunther retained. And I think it's time now, but obviously there's going to be a Finn versus Damian match sometime soon. But I think it's finally time for Damian Priest to kind of go find something else to do, and we can find something else to do with the Judgment Day, because this is getting stale as fuck. Like, this is bread that's been left out overnight. It's that crusty toast feeling without going in the oven. Like, that's what we got going on right now. Yeah. And then we had what we all were waiting for, the main event.
Ooh.
The new Bloodline versus the OG Bloodline, along with special guest for one night only. The Windy City's finest, Chick Magnet Punk.
Ooh.
It's such a
Okay.
stupid name.
You should have just told everybody it was Chicago made from the jump.
Yeah, yep.
It's gonna follow.
So, what I found very, very interesting, like the intros were awesome, and they highlighted it too on commentary, was that the OG Bloodline came out as a faction. They came out together. Where the OG Bloodline came out as individuals.
Yes, oh yeah.
And let me tell you how brilliant it was to have Jay be the last one out.
Ooh.
Because as somebody who experienced Jay's intro at SummerSlam last year, the electricity, the energy in that stadium is nothing like everybody getting ready to eat. Like, I was eating in my living room. I'm sure you guys were eating all over yourselves at home.
Oh yeah,
That crowd looked like it was about to pop off the effing hook.
Mm-hmm.
And to have Jay started off with whichever one it was he started off with. Was it Tongaloa? No, it was Tamatanga.
Yeah.
Jay and Tamatanga. And I know I mentioned this in the chat, but Bronson Reed really... Whoa. Go ahead. Bronson Reed is really the perfect addition to the new Bloodline. Like, you got Jacob Fatu as the enforcer, while you have the battering ram to kick down the door, or fuck it, kick down the wall before you send Jacob Fatu in. He makes that hole to extract whomever you're going to destroy. And I was so happy with this match. And the subtleties that they did, especially in the cage, with first when you had Solo do the block off and send in, who did he send in? Was it Jacob?
Yeah.
And then you got Punk ready to go out, and Roman's like, no, Sammy, go, my little redheaded stepchild.
Yeah.
You go help your Uso brethren.
Mm-hmm.
And get Pizzy up in this bitch. I'm loving that with a soundboard. And
I like his sunglasses. I like those, dude. There's something familiar about him. I like those.
like the spot where Bronson Reed is completely about to flatten Roman Reigns, and Punk sticking by his promise for one night only and saving Roman.
You saved him.
It was awesome. Like, the whole match was great. It's what I expected from a fucking War Games match. I am so glad that nobody was injured by the whale of a man, Bronson Reed, jumping from the top of that fucking structure into the ground. Like, I don't know how that man didn't have internal bleeding after. That's a lot of dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you need a tow hitch on the back of your truck to drag that motherfucker anywhere. You're not just throwing him in the back. Like, and it was so well choreographed. It like every spot, the entrances, everybody being down when you need everybody down, and it just the visual of Roman extending his hand and helping Punk back up to his feet was great. And then you had Jimmy hitting one of the biggest Uso smashes on Jacob Fatu through the table was fucking fire.
It was
Like the spots were there, the storytelling was there, and then to end it with everybody surrounding Solo. You got the Usos hit him with the double super kick, followed by Sammy with the hell of a kick. And then Punk hit him with the
but he had a nice 3.8. He didn't quite go to sleep after that, though. He needed one more move, one more.
And then Reigns hit Solo with a spear that set him through the world. And then we got our dub. And you have that OG bloodline, which I think they needed to win. Now, I was expecting more. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I was.
But ending it with Roman and Punk shaking hands, and as they exited the cage, you had Punk hugging the shit out of Paul and told him that he. So there's this whole favor thing. There's the whole reason Paul recruited Punk to help. There's a favor promise. We all know what the promise is. Punk versus Roman for a title shot. We know what it is. The writing's there.
Oh yeah.
How would you guys rate it? Would you give it
all of War Games or that match?
A 1 as in best, or 5 as in the worst? Because I'm giving it a 1, guys. I acknowledge.
Are we only talking about men's?
So a 3, Drew. Drew didn't like it. I want to hear this.
Just not enough drama.
I thought the 2 War Game matches were awesome. The other matches had good wrestling. I just didn't care about the filler matches. It was the bookends I liked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The men's match wasn't good until everyone was in it. The women's match was good from the very beginning. Very beginning. Oh, yeah.
So Macho, you're saying you would put the women's match over the men's match?
I would say as a wrestling standpoint, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So your response there should, oh yeah, can you dig it, brother? Like, you gotta if you're gonna commit, Garrett, you gotta commit all the way.
I'm committing all the way. You want to talk about who's not committing? It's you. It's you. You know why? The 2 guys over here. We're committed. We're committed to the pit. Yeah.
Guys, I think Garrett got broken.
He was committed to the pit. You know what?
I thought that was running water at first.
Anybody got anything else to say about War Games?
War Games? No, that's it.
Bring back traditional Survivor Series on Thanksgiving, please.
Yeah, I like that. I like Drew's idea. Go, Drew, go.
Maybe not every year, but every once in a while would be nice.
But that's going to conflict with the 3 football games we get.
It's the WWE. They can compete.
You're not wrong. So, Drew, do you have a little bit of Raw rundown?
I do. Hi, Paul. So this week, Raw is Punk. We were in Everett, Washington. And I just want you to know, I need you to tell me when I start telling lies. Seth and Punk started off with a mic battle. Not much to see, not much to say, other than they need to hate each other a little bit longer. There's a race. Didn't know they were running. But guess what? Who's not in it? It's Seth, because Punk's got bigger plans. But oh, wait, those plans, they involve Punk still. Can't say no to the Punk. Then we have a brawl ensue. What? No way. These guys don't like each other. Maybe in real life, maybe a little bit pretend, but it spilled over. Now, Seth's trying to talk some sense into Sammy Uso, saying that he can't trust Punk, so why should he be able to trust Roman? That's not going to work, is it? We'll see. Then we had the New Age Kabuki Warriors get beat by Liv and Raquel. And don't get me started on the women's division. Please don't. No.
Get started.
Ooh. Then we had Rhea, of course, come out, and then she's handling some business until, bam, Raquel smashes her face on the outside of the ring. Then we had Shayna out here doing the Lord's work, carrying her opponents. And then Dakota Kai picks up the win for the triple threat match in the Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament. And she moves on. Then, watching a car wreck in slow motion. I mean the New Day breaking up. And dark days for Big E. And the segment drags just a little bit longer because we haven't witnessed this for far too long as it is. Then his girlfriend zings Kofi and Xavier online about saying, don't worry, you don't need to come over to this new house and taste this delicious food. And they had a rebuttal, but we don't care because they're bad guys now. Then we had Gunther and Dirty Dom. Why are we doing this? What is this? Why? Gunther wins. Of course he wins. Come on. Is that the best way to start him to look strong again? I don't think so. But then Finn comes out after Gunther picks up the victory and tells Dom, hey, this is how we do it. What is the Judgment Day? Why is the Judgment Day? Again, we're going back. My two biggest harps. Why are we doing factions that don't work? Why are they dragging out for forever to tell a damn story? And what is going on with the women's division? Then, Truth beats Butch. I mean Pete Dunne. Then, the follow-up match, Seth beats Sammy. You guessed it, with a roll-up win. What? Back-to-back roll-ups? Get out of here. Then, who attacked Jay? Who's the guy in the black hoodie? It's the guy who's got my name. It's Drew McIntyre. We're also Scottish, and we both like wrestling. Sure, he went a little farther than I did, but that was the Raw rundown.
Attaboy.
That was excellent. Yeah.
So I'm head. Oh, I'm back there the whole time. I didn't realize that.
Yep.
Huh. That's good to know. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Let's lay it. Why won't it let me on Solo Drew? Hang on. What the fuck is happening? I know, but it looks like we're blocked. Aha, this is what needs to happen. There we go. That was weird. I've never had that issue before.
Oh, we got some gremlins tonight. Yeah, that's weird.
All right, so anybody got what else do we got? We got any final thoughts? We got any news? What do we got, guys? Todd, you sound like you got something.
Let me take a sip of water. Cotton mouth.
I wonder why.
Pot.
He's been eating cotton.
I was being sarcastic.
Pot. So apparently, Ryan Namath has filed a complaint against AEW alleging harassments and threats by CM Punk and accusing AEW of failing to address the issues.
Who is even that guy?
His claims include being threatened by Punk in June 2023, being removed from an event at Punk's request in August, and being pressured to antagonize Punk publicly. Namath said AEW sidelined him, ignored creative pitches, and failed to take action despite his repeated complaints. His contract expired in March 2024, following his last AEW appearance in November 2023. AEW offered him a settlement tied to an NDA, which was later withdrawn. Namath, who sought mental health support over the ordeal, is advocating for policy charges and financial compensation while expressing appreciation for some AEW personnel who supported him during the dispute.
He's not entitled to anything. He doesn't have mesothelioma. Get out of here.
Was he stationed at Camp Lejeune?
Jesus. I forgot about those. I completely forgot about that shit.
I know Drew talked about it briefly, but who else was kind of like almost reinvigorated in their storyline with the New Day finally turning heel? And my question is Biggie cleared to wrestle?
It seems like it, right?
No, it's not.
Like I feel like they
There's
couldn't be
rumor.
doing this without Biggie cleared to wrestle, because I'm definitely getting like Shawn Michaels coming back and DX a thing, the Shawn Michaels Triple H in a completely different way, but I think you get what I'm getting at. Like that partnership we saw for so long, now in an adversary role. It makes me actually want to pay attention to the New Day again, way more than what they've been doing for the last year or two.
They need to get to it because it's already drug on for so long. I'm like, okay, we need to get to it.
Yeah.
Right. Let me see.
Do you
if I
think
can
they'll
find
still
it.
go by the New Day, or do you think they'll change it?
I don't know.
Maybe they'll be the Old Knight.
Oh, I like it.
What about
Yeah.
the middle-aged afternoon?
Oh,
I
that
actually like that.
might be even better. Yeah.
But yeah, Big E needs to change his name, like lowercase e.
Schmeedy me. I think so.
Like
Well, they just call
I
him
understand why, but like he is not.
I mean,
nearly as
I
big
can't
as
say
he
his
is.
first name. Can you?
What's his first name? Emmanuel?
Let's look.
No, don't
It
say
is
it.
something that is not. I'll word it like this: not easy to pronounce.
No, Joe has a hard time with Andrade. He's not going to be able to say Big E's name.
All right, why don't you go snap your Slim Jim there?
I already snapped.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
it's
just
already
snap it over
snapped.
your head.
I can't snap
It's-
it. It's already snapped.
His name is Ettore Iwin.
Nice.
Ettore Iwin.
Is that how you pronounce it? Did you type that into Google? Did it tell you?
No,
I'll look it
yes. I'm probably wrong. Let's be
I'll
honest.
look it up.
Yeah. he
And
definitely is a
did
lot
anybody happen to see the article on Wrestle Feed that talked about one of Oliver, first crush, Trish the Dish, being on the cover of, I believe it's Women's Muscle and Fitness?
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
saw
one.
that.
Yeah,
was good.
I knew that was going to drive Joe wild. Oh yeah, yeah.
Let me tell you, like
Oh yeah.
Trish still got it, guys.
Yeah,
She-
didn't you tell me that?
It's better.
Yeah.
It's better now than it used to be.
I'm gonna say fine wine, guys. Fine wine.
Joe definitely needed the place. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'll give it. Ooh. And also, there have been rumors, while I'm looking for this, that Becky Lynch might be coming back soon. And when she does, it'll be a different Becky than what we've seen in the past. She might have a new version. And Pat McAfee is going to be returning soon.
All right.
And did anybody forget what this Saturday is?
Oh, it's a main event.
The main event.
Saturday main event debuts this week.
Yeah. And it's
Is
just
Al
on like
Bundy
TV and
introduce
shit.
it?
Mhm.
Who?
Is Al Bundy going to introduce it?
Yes. How did you know that? But I have heard that Mr. Macho Man Randy Plunkett's mega powered partner is going to be there. And Randy's father's going to be there. I mean, if we get
Whoa.
Cowboy Bob Orton and no Randy Orton, that'll be kind of
The
weird.
best Orton.
Yeah, that'd be a little weird. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a hot take right there.
I've always said it. I've never liked Randy.
Which is funny considering where he's fucking from.
The Cowboy Bob fan. Oh yeah, nice.
Where's Randy from?
St. Louis.
Yeah, I'm not from St. Louis.
Right, but you're part of that whole Midwest stuff.
Just
Don't
'cause I
you
live there doesn't mean
Midwesterners
I
all
have to
stick
like the
together?
guy.
You guys
There's a whole-
thump Bibles and
No, I
Mm.
don't.
Hump
I'm
Bibles?
not even religious. You got me doing the high pitch thing, and I can't even get my words right.
He's not in the Bible.
That's great.
You're great. I can't stop.
So Mondays, guys, what do we have going on Mondays? What comes out usually Monday mornings? Sometimes Monday mornings. Sometimes it'll go live on Monday afternoon. Sometimes it drops Tuesday, but typically Monday morning. The Todd and Joe Morning Show, but you can also listen on.
Like 800 different podcasts.
It's on every platform now to put in your audio earbuds, so you don't have to
in your audio earbuds.
Tuesdays, you obviously have us here
You're
at
watching
Wrestle Fandom Radio, even though it's Thursday this week. We had a little bit of scheduling issue because Garrett wants to be a good dad or something. It's got to be like Drew.
How dare you?
Oh, let me guess, you're going to be a Cub Scout leader too and kick soccer balls, Garrett.
Not Cub Scouts, but soccer balls. Yeah.
Right near the beach. Boy. Lord have mercy.
And I have a couple Stepping Stones interviews lined up that I plan on doing. Not next week, but the following week I'll be on my vacation, so I hope to get some stuff completed and on the roll. We actually have the first episode of the Not So Final Girls in the can, ready to go. I'm just waiting for them to get together and do some other stuff.
I didn't almost fall. What are you doing?
Did you almost fall?
We didn't see anything.
You did.
We didn't see anything. You're fine.
But I think we need to have a group sign off.
Bye.
And
If
only Todd, is there any kind of music you might be able to hit us with that could end on? I like it. Did it freeze again?
Well, it's all black now.